It's your boy. Passion food. How you doing? I'm gonna make my wife some toast, even though she's a very bad wife. Very bad wife. She's getting toast. Leave me a comment down below if we should undercook it or overcook it. You be the judge. How bad should we cook over my wife's breakfast? Let me first tell you. It's been 9 days. 20,000 days. It feels like forever. Today is the day I get some. I get some. Let's go. Can you feel the vibes? You feel the vibrations? Oh no, sorry, I can't. Don't ever hang out in someone's...
What? Are you kidding me? Come here. Who wants a hug at 6:30 in the morning every time? Every time.
Fuck. Now you're here. What do you got to say?
What do you got to say there, people?
So chatty. It's like an elite. Got a big mouth when your back's turned, but when you look at him... See? If I put him in my face, he won't say a word. Just look right onto him. He'll be like this and there.
Are you kidding me, bud? Oh, he's just purring. He knows he's getting a little bit of the cartwheel action. He's getting it. Got the little thumper feet, eh?
He's so old, so... He's either losing his mind or he's even more crazy than ever before. And he's yelling at me to go outside, which
I'm just going to say he's losing his mind. So if he's really trying to go outside for the third time before 11, I'm going to lose my shit. You go. Do you want me to yell at you? You don't. You go and eat this little boy today, okay? You got treats. I fed you. They think I don't feed you. I have to show a half a plate of food. Go eat that food before I lose my absolute gourd. You see how big it is, too? I got a huge gourd. Get going.
Alright, now my wife has an equally big gourd, and I have to feed her in the big gourd, okay? So, trying to feed my wife here. She wants 2 slices of pumpernickel, and I plan on feeding them to her.
I said... Yeah.
Leave a comment down below if you knew what that's from. You must have been living in the You must be a robot. I don't know, why did I walk over here? There's something, the bread. I wonder if we're out of bread. Nope, there's a couple slices. God, that's all we need right now is out of bread. There's hamburger buns actually, which could make a very nice buttered bun, toasted buttered bun. Woo! We have one tomato left too. There's only one tomato in the house. We'll have to go get some groceries one of these days. I don't know when. We need fresh fruit, vegetables. We haven't got any for about 4 days. I don't know when. Holy crap, they forgot to cut the pumpernickel. This won't even fit in my toaster. I have huge thumbs. Look at the size of this pumpernickel. What? It's like a kneecap. Ugh. It's like my elbow almost, bud. The elbow pad. So, we're gonna cut it. Not even gonna tell her about it. Were they biting off bread slices? Like, are they hungry in the plant, or what's going on? Oh, this is Central America and South Africa. Oh, it was connected and they split it apart for some reason. Shh, they don't want you to know that. Between Goggle and Clothbook and whatever else, what else is there? That's kind of it, right? Oh, Twatter, the real one where all the ruckus goes on. So that's like the king's platform where they go make fun of you, peons, for bickering amongst yourselves when you should be focusing on the bigger picture. Why are there elites and royals in the first place if we are supposedly all equals? Why do we pay more taxes than the richest people in the world? Because you work for them. You're a slave for them. And you're stupid. And you never figured it out. My mom's 70 and she doesn't even have a clue what's going on. And so do your parents. They don't have a fucking clue. No clue. Remember, it must have been really harsh. This is how I think it's happened. I think we wise up. And I say that very lightly because hardly anybody's wised up. If you look around the internet, you see more people posting memes or pictures of a dog or a cat. Nothing of substance. If you were the last person on earth, do you know how hard of a time you would have if you didn't understand? You know, people use YouTube to go to YouTube to learn how to DIY, right? To learn a recipe for cooking. Do you know how hard in 10 years it's going to be to find something of value, of substance, in 10 years? Hello? I'm gonna grab a plate here. I got one actually. So the next thing I want to talk about. So yes, it happens. You know, we're gonna have it's a live show. I don't have a bunch of minions around me that I slave around. That you know, I make millions and I pay them 30 grand a year. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make millions and run the whole show, and then give away money. And they don't like that either. They don't want you to share your money, eh? That's why they don't let people win the lottery. And it's very, very secretive. Man. In a few more years I'll tell you stuff that I know about the lottery. Not even a few years, but don't worry, they're almost not. They don't even understand how weak they are anymore. And try coming after me, bud. You're just literally. Yeah. It's it's best if I allow you just to be stupid and come after me. Let's just say that. Like I say in the write-up, you don't realize who I am and the powers that I hold, right? I'm far brighter and more powerful than any elite ever could be, because the elites drank the poison, which made them evil in the first place. You gotta think about it, right? How do you turn your back? How are you know, a human? How wronged were you as a child to turn your back on humanity, right? Because that's what elites have done. They've turned their backs on humanity, enslaving the human world at $15 an hour. If you're lucky, you make 30 or 40, but you'll die years sooner. You know. So explain something to you. Do you think people that make more money? Not always, but sometimes there are professions, for sure, absolutely, where you are risking your life for said job, and you make more, 10 times more, than the person who makes $15 an hour, right? Yes, these jobs exist, but the pay should be astronomically higher. When you think about what they're building and putting towards, right? Like decades, if not. And one last thing I want to get into, just quickly, sort of off topic, but back to building. The construction of buildings nowadays, we've always said, well, why is it that they could build stuff that would last tens of thousands, because it's not tens of thousands of years, it's barely 1,000 years old. But all the buildings you look at were built yesterday. Cardboard box construction. They call them temporary housing. You don't even understand construction, eh? So I'm going to explain something to you. A building made of stone is there forever. When you build a building out of pressboard and 2x2s and 2x4s, that's going to be dusted in 60, 80, 100 years. And any sign of fire, the whole thing has to come down. A building made of stone will last you a lifetime. I'll say it again if you're just that daft. If you make a building out of wood, it's not going to be there forever. Not a chance. If you make a building out of stone, it's there for a lifetime. Do you think it's plausible that the builders that came far before us had knowledge of building schematics or engineering marvels or materials and compounds and science that we no longer have, or is kept from us and only given to those such as elites and royals? Public knowledge is pathetic. The private sector, the private industry, they hold vaults of ancient information, vaults. And it's true that they are keeping from us everything. They buy up, and that makes sense now, they buy up ideas that come out because they want to keep us down. Any rocketry, any hydrogen gas motors, or this and that. I have to butter this toast quick. My wife is probably eagle-eyeing the staircase. I know my wife. My wife thinks she's superior to me. I know what my wife is thinking when she's not in my presence. That's superiority, but I know what my wife eats every day, and I don't look at her. That's superiority. You name something. Like, I can tell you what people in your surrounding, by you giving me a tidbit of information, I can tell you, I can explain to you how maybe they're doing good for you, or the opposite. I can say, oh, that person is really good for you, or that person is tricking you and they're pumping you for information. I can't give you too much of the specifics, but I can say this. There was a person who 2 years ago trusted someone who was their boss, and then it turned out that their boss was a conniving liar that backstabbed them and everybody. And I told her 6 or 8 months before this, and she swore up and down that, no, this is a good person. And I swore, no, those questions are not proper. And the way they treat you is mega improper. Oh, and they shrugged it off. I'm like, so I said, whatever. Fucking 8 months later, person's in tears because they got backstabbed. And you think this is life. You do not trust anyone, because everyone, especially in business, in corporation, they're there to step on you to get above you. They'll use you as a stepping ladder. Never forget that. That's why I am a businessman who has never revealed, never to this day, my proprietary secrets. And I don't write them down. They will never be written. I almost forgot them, which scared the shit out of me. But they came, it took years. It took years for me to bring it back out of me with muscle memory and doing. It took a long time. It's been 5 years. But I'm back. And when I mean I'm back, I mean I'm fucking legit back. I have memory. My memory isn't perfect, but it's 90%. I had better memory than 3/4 of the population, if they had the perfect memory. But they didn't. Some of the population may have what I have without banging bopping their head, right? So I can't rule that out. That I'm the only one is highly not the case. It could be, but it's probably not. So, oh wow, fuck me. This is blue mold. I toasted blue mold. Ooh. Fuck. Oh. This grosses me out. I'm going to put it in the garbage. And the bread. You want to know about the bread? There's no meat. That. Oh, fuck. Oh, I ate it last night. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I had like 6 slices last night. And there was so much blue mold there. And I didn't look, and it was dark. And I was like, oh, fuck, this bread's fucking... It smelled funny. It smelled like pumpernickel, but with blue mold on it. And I'm like, oh, bro. I ate copious amounts of blue mold, man. Fuck. Not a big deal, but it just grosses me out. I was even going, this is good, man. This is fucking good, man. And it's blue mold toast. I had bloast last night. I've had oranges, bloast. This show we do it all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna grill with you. We're having hot dogs with those buns, mustard, onions. They're gonna be overcooked. They're gonna be so good. Little ketchup for my wife, relish, mustard. I'm gonna do these hot dogs. Whatever these are, I was saving this for company, but fuck it. They can order pizza when they come here. No, I have to make Mexican in like a month or two. I'm gonna have people over in like 2 months. I decided. I'm not really. I'm a pretty private guy, and I don't know. Let's just say some people made some mistakes that they didn't really own up to. So because of it, their mistakes cost them 2 months in the penalty box, because I can't have any mistakes. And if people think that it's gonna be a reoccurring thing for you to not shut your fucking mouth, you get one chance. And I don't know how to do it politely. I'll probably let my wife do it, because I'm not very good at being polite. But if you fuck with me again, I will not be happy. I will kick you out of my very tight inner circle, which I don't want to do. Don't piss me off. Keep your mouth shut. There's a lot of people in this world you never want to tell a thing to because they'll just turn around and fuck you. And trust me when I say clearly, they want to fuck you. I got nothing to hide, but I also don't want everybody knowing what I know. And if you don't understand that, fuck out of here! I wouldn't go live on YouTube if I was like some kind of bad person. I'm a nicer person than anyone I've ever met. I've never hurt a fly. I don't eat animals. Like, if you can find a nicer person that is taking less life off this planet than I am, yeah, you won't. Never hurt a child, never done wrong to a person that, you know, wasn't being completely, you know, if you push me out, I'm going to shove you back, right? You knock me down, I'm going to make sure you fall down too. So, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, you know? If you knock me down, I'm going to knock you down. I'm going to walk away, I'm going to knock you down, right? And then walk away after. If you knock me down and I get up, and you're standing there laughing, I'm going to knock you down, laugh, and walk away. So I got this vegan plant-based queso with chips downstairs. My wife loves nachos. I want to treat her. I want to give her something, you know, decent. You know, she's not a horrible wife, shit wife, but she's not horrible. So I have the best wife, the best. She's mouthy and everything. Just, I'm sure your wife's mouthy too. I'm mouthy, but you think your wife would be like nicer to you, you know? No. No. She mean. Your wife mean? My wife mean too. My wife, your wife's sister? Sister wives? There isn't even a damn good thing about sister wives, you know? You don't want two women talking smack about you at bingo. Ah. Sister wives. They both nag you to. One's nagging you to cut the lawn, the other one's nagging you to fix the eaves trough. And the third one, what? The guy can dream. She just says yes. Oh yeah. I want to start a new show called The Real Sister Wives of Miami. Oh my goodness. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? I'm over here crushing it. I hope you're crushing it too. My wife. We're talking about my wife right now. And now we're not. Just that fast. We stopped. I don't want her to get mad at me. She's always mad at me. This is some really fire stuff here. I can't be using this. I'm going to try and find something I can use. I'm not sure what it is. Got the nail in there popped by too. Did I just have a good chuckle? Oh yeah, let's go. Because I don't make the chuckle. I don't know where my mail is. Mr. Spoonman, give me a community. I'm all Alright. I'm gonna try my Xbox today. I'm sure that I'm absolutely glitching with Xbox today, but let's just hope it's working. Because if it isn't, Microsoft is the worst in the world. You know, I'll never respect Microsoft after. They're just the worst, you know? So, raise your hand if you think Microsoft blows. And then let me know how hard you think they blow after you've raised your hand. And let me just be honest with you, I know they blow, so. Man, I told off this other computer company too. I don't even remember which one it was. I told them off. Like, I was like, I know what you guys do with the PCs. He's like, just 1 second, please, sir. You can hear like 9 guys slurping coffee around me. I'm like, you guys are, each one of you that spies on other people in this country are treasonous scum. And I told them, I'm the man. And there will be repercussions for it. It's the same thing that the kings in Africa did to the people of Africa. Sold the people to America. They put them on slave ships, told them, oh yeah, you're gonna go over there. Once they got them on the slave ships, they started beating them, chained them up, and made them row all the way to America. See, they need people to slave to build for them. The architects. Why do you think they named them the architects? I'll give you an example. If you're an explorer and you're sent off by the king to explore new lands, it's a scary as fuck thing to be explorer. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, you're not coming back. You just don't come back. It's not because you found paradise and you stayed there. Because if the king does find you and you didn't come back, so like what it is you're going somewhere. Think of it like this: you take a spaceship, the only spaceship your country has, your continent has, your planet has, and you fly it to explore new galaxies far, far away. Does that sound familiar? When you get to a new galaxy that has the Goldilocks theory, you know, a Goldilocks formula going on in it, which is not too hot, not too cold, but just right. That is the perfect ecosystem or environment rather for an ecosystem to exist. Before an ecosystem can exist, you have to terraform. And then before you terraform, you have to have master growers and master breeders set foot on the land. And they take their bare hands, and they turn them into something you can't even imagine. You would never fathom. In a year, in 1 year, they take a flat log of shit and turn it into a pristine paradise. Master growers. Now my wife's wondering where her food is at this very moment. And I'm about to tell her, I can read her mind. Remember, she thought I was kidding. I have now read her mind 3 times today, and I've read it today, got out of it. I didn't want to be there twice before that, and I didn't mention them out loud. It pains me. But listen, that's life. And that is the harsh reality, that is the virtual reality of this, what we call, pixelated world. Yes, that's right. I said it. Pixelated world. Did you know in the 1900s, Encyclopedia Britannica and the Encyclopedia Americana wrote a little piece on the Antarctics, stating that there was a dome. The Americans had gone to there, the American military had gone to Antarctica and discovered a dome 1,300 feet in the air. And you couldn't pass this point. You couldn't go any further past. Do you know how fucking scared the US military was when they realized what the fuck they were looking at? Ever since no one is allowed to step foot on Antarctica past, I believe it's the 70th degree. You can look this up though. This is very common knowledge. In fact, everyone who has even lived and breathed more than 30 years probably knows you can't go to Antarctica unless you have royal permission or you're in the military extremely high up. Did you know that? President Obama went to the Arctic. The red-haired prince, that's no longer a prince, he went to the Arctic. You guys don't pay attention though. This is the problem. And you also are like, you don't think, you never question, well, why would a prince of England give a flying fuck about the Arctic Circle? Just for a second, consider why one of the richest people in the world traveled to any country, picks a frozen wasteland. Because it's not what you are told it is. But remember, you're going to watch your TV shows, you're going to get on your phone, and you're going to watch 5-second clips that are going to make you dumb as shit today. Remember, I told you not to.